So today is the 21st of, the 2nd of January, or 02/01, dot J for Jack, E for Alpha, N for Mike, N for November, not M for Mike. So that's January. Basically, it's like a namespace for January. So if I want January, I want a pointer to it, but it's like an object pointer. Basically, I'm trying to first formulate this kind of deep pair. Because you can have the three letters, so it's in the January. That's what I'm saying at the 1st of January. So you can have 01.jam, and this is namespace for January. So the one is just letters and numbers. Basically, it's like a date symbol for kind of says I have to formulate that later if I get this video again. But literally, basically, what am I saying? Today is gonna allow. So, speech note is recording this to the 1st of. So obviously. I have the time, the first time, I got 17 minutes to make this comeback, literally. So, basically, I'm so happy for this. You guys don't know what this means to me. You know, this is done and done. So, basically, I'm using everything out of the way to not fuck this up. And I do it properly. Because I fuck it up. Because I fuck myself up. Because I fucked everything up myself. But literally, I have my RC car fucking here. Thank you, Daniel. Just let me play with this. But doesn't know what he's doing to this, So, basically, I'm gonna formalize this first. This is a remote control car. This one wants to play with the child. This way every child you get because there's a policy, free of charge. RC stuff, RC toys. This is RC. Because this one wants a child. Look at this. This is a child. I can buildable. The Sparse RC toys. We get open and close, on, off. ADO, so it's like an ADO. But this is an RC, because wheels is like a real car where you control it when you're not inside. That's what's risky, because you're not inside driving the car, but same thing, you can't stand inside. So basically, if you're one dimension observing looking at a car, you are what? You're moving in this dimension, but you're not having the flux effect. It gives me a sense. So I want to first mention the quantum system, open motor. Open motor is like a open motor, like a motor car. Because motor, anything about you got motor neuron disease, and it's about movement. It's like about mobility, and that's what it is. No matter car intrusion, no, this is a car. It's like a nice car, and it's like XG. You got a level, you can steer the work, and it moves. It responds to impulse. So it's like an automatic compliant car already. But, it's basically an RC car, which is a remote control car. It's so beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna drink. This is my controller. But it's just simple enough. It's off, it's off. And so, but let me just get the let me just show you on the table. Because, I'm holding it and I can do like this is what I'm doing. Because it's like, this is my drink here. If I spill this drink, I fucked everything up. So this is my car here. So you see this RC car? This kind of thing I need right now. Let's see. Welcome to the real world. So basically, it's a quantum problem, literally a quantum problem. Because namely, this RC car represents you in the physical, moving the car, driving the car inside. So you have Eze in the car, but he's just driving for some kind of, to save his fucking life, because that's Eze, he's the king, he's the leader. He's driving his car, in the real world, but he's inside the car. But what? Uche is a knowledge to tell Eze, oh, he's in danger. But they are on the same time, because you're in space. They seem to say, if Eze dies, Uche dies, Uche dies, because it's linked. They have the same share one dimension of time. And Obi has to ground Eze. So what is Obi? Obi has to be because Ace is in danger. But then what does Uchi do? Uchi says, oh, why don't you just tell Obi to ground himself? But Obi doesn't ground himself because Ace is driving the car. Don't try to follow. So what is actually Obi has to find a way to get without being physically in the car. Because if Obi dies, Obi can't be. Obi means heart, and Obi means heart. So Uche, Eze means king or leader in the Igbo, means king. But he's driving the car. He's driving like recklessly, This isn't a drive car. It's like a motor problem. It's like you controlling your body, but not learning to control your body. But motor. So open sense is like sensory perception. Open motor is motor perception. So like a motor actually moving the car. Because doesn't have to drive a car. I don't drive a car, guys. But I can learn to drive a car. But in the emergency protocol, I have to drive myself. I have to wait for Ezif to temporarily ground himself. before Obi gets involved. Because Obi can be as is state. So if it's not grounded, these cars just swing up and down, left or right, and it's gonna be really annoying for Ezzy to drive this RC car. This Apple is so beautiful. I love it. It's really a standard Mercedes. No, it's not Mercedes. It's not a. It's a Spanish car. It's a Spanish car. Cantarino. A car, but it has a symbol like a Jaguar symbol. Lamborghini. It's a Lamborghini, but it's a Spanish Lamborghini. Made in Spain, I believe. But this real car, the boot doesn't open. But if the car crashes, that's because you're not grounded. We do move together. So it reminds me of a relay system in the air because Obi can call Eze. Obi can use this radio to guide Eze because the guidance is key to that Eze can drive the car. Like even pull the wheel backwards. Like if Eze drive the car slowly and that's how you drive the car. That's what we got to set, because Ezzy can't drive. You can't make Ezzy driving like one is panicking, one is trying to save that. So that's why open motor exists. Open motor is like I'm open motor. I'm Ezzy. When I'm in my state of flow state, I'm in my flow state. I'm literally Ezzy. Ezzy is king. He doesn't listen. He just does the job. He gets the door done. But basically the pen is a sword. The pen is not minded a sword because the pen can guide a car. Cannot draw a car. You can draw. If you don't understand this way, just like a non. If you have a pen, you can draw. You can draw a line to some kind of destination. But if you don't have a pen, you have to crystal and tracing. So you use a pencil, but this is just ink. So it doesn't really matter. You use the paper, but you have to get to your path. Take the path that leads to the exit, and that exit is safety. Is your safe buffer zone. I'm saying it's kind of catchy too because it's normally giving the full picture of it, and that's what I'm saying. I'm using kind of small analogy because people don't get it. Because I'm a tripolar person. I've Ezim, King, Uche, and I hear them in my voice. That's not what I'm doing. I have to think of those three voices, and I have to know who's speaking, and that's kind of the problem. If Ez is speaking, Ez is driving, Ez can't be driving. So I have to literally just. That's why Miko journals exist. Everyone has a Miko journal because I'm a tripolar because that's why I had to change my position in Nigeria is tripolar only because there's three people in me, so that's the tripolar policy. So now, it's tripolar and beyond. It can be three or four polars, because I don't 3, 4 polars. But that's what accepts everyone, because you can't always improve your quarter polar. I don't really have to believe you, because it's like example. I say, are you in danger? Yes, I'm driving this car. I don't have to drive a fucking car. And then he said, let me just call Uche. And Uche says, maybe just call Obi. And I said, Obi, I never drove a car. We never drove a car. And he says, okay, what do we know about cars? And he said, because Obi doesn't exist in this context. That's what I'm saying. That's what happened to me. Obi doesn't exist. Obi doesn't exist. So I said, Uche, so what do you remember driving cars? No, mom, put in the hands. And he says, oh, yeah, that's what I did when I was young. And then, so why don't you just pull your hand here on this steering wheel? And this steering wheel, if it works, you put a gear down and you have to put a gear on slow down. Slow down, that'll be like and then it starts to slow down. But you have to change the car to the right angle so if you don't cars are rail, the rail doesn't so you go to the one and then start pressing the brakes. You don't press immediately, 3 pedals. Why the 3 pedals? That's what open because my cars will be left-handed. As because the left-handed cars are better. Everything should have a motor equivalent because it doesn't matter who it is. It's not discriminating the person. It's like motor as a part because the motor moving about yourself, trying to do stuff yourself is autonomy. And autonomy is the first point of contact. It's foundation of everything, and that's nothing. That we share. It doesn't matter what is when I'm the only one you know. Because I don't really care. He's going to listen to me. But obviously, the basic relationship is like it really allows you to see the system. Dangerously and vote because dangerous allows you to process one big thing at a time. If you get them done, if you get them processed by dendron, you solve that problem. But you can have multiple dendrites connected into like 2 synapse gaps. Those synapse gaps can take inputs, and that's what sea urchins have when they feel something. So basically, it's a series of fully stuff. Basically, I'm trying to model a quantum tunnel. So a quantum tunnel by Obi-Lex's definition is like quantum tunnel is like a system that tomography will resolve itself because it knows the state is already in. So and it configures itself. It's like having a cog rotates based on some predefined, predetermined state that you're gonna use. But you're gonna use that state eventually, but you don't need it now. So that's what control. For example, if you're soft ball, soft physical, you have the sense you feel in your hand. It's soft and it's fixable. The fixable is soft, it's really just soft. But that was soft like a softball and it's got like a tennis ball. And you hold that thing, you feel it soft, you squeeze it, and it's soft, it's tennis, you play tennis. But you have a pool ball, a snooker ball. A snooker ball is soft and smooth. you know. But a tennis ball is soft and furry. This share one trait of softness, but that softness is quantum tolerance. Like, if I measure two realities, if I'm playing tennis, I'm measuring table tennis. If I'm playing some tennis, tennis, I'm measuring, I'm playing a different game. But that game is tennis game. It's literally another dimension that involve the same item or smooth. So that's what comes in like a mirror to that dimension. Because the tennis is a game and what snooker is a game. So Buddha's a game, dimensional games theory. Dimensional games. That's what I'm saying. Because these dimensions are quantum tunnel level, but they share some kind of, because they include one ten beautiful, because it's sort of balls. But they kind of share one de facto, what kind of not de facto, some kind of state, isotropic, isomorphic means they share some kind of relationship between the two dimensions of games based on kind of the kind of game model. Because you have tic-tac-toe, but if I have a draw, I'm going to show this properly now. Let me get it. And so literally, it's because it's like I have to go quickly. So this is the model of the it's like a tic-tac-toe. So tic-tac-toe for like literally. So if you wanna play tic-tac-toe with me, the car stays and then you play tic-tac-toe, you play tic-tac-toe, like literally play tic-tac-toe. I love this. Like I feel like a human being, because I get things done. Well, obviously. So if you play tic-tac-toe, there's this this becomes like a 1, 2, 3. But it's a win. So if I play with Eze, Uche and Eze has poison wine, that poison crops. And Eze has guns, that kills. But Uche can use the gun and Eze can use the gun. But they have to use their weapons. And basically, Uche has 3 cups of poison. Poison is just poison cups. Poison. 1, 2, 3. Eze has guns, So, it gives you the reward and energy. And the simple one gives out. So Uche want to start random. So this is a noise start. A random, so rock, paper, scissors to start. Eze has a rock. Eze gets a rock. Eze gets a rock. And Uche gets a paper. Then Uche starts. But you don't know when it's gonna happen. So this way you have to play this kind of sequence to start because it's a noise stop. You don't know it's gonna stop. You have to play them equally, and that's what's wrong. So it's like a 1, 2, 3. It's like 3x3 grid, but you divide it in you divide it by the axis of 3. So you go you take the y-axis, the kind of point, and you draw a straight line along the diagonals, and get the one going for the. So you split the top left and the top right, in 2, and you split all over. You have to draw all the way and get it. And you still tic-tac-toe, you have to pay, so you have more games to play, and this is what dimension games is about. So you have like the one. So Uche starts because he wants. So Uche, the first one, Uche then says, okay, example, I'm gonna basically Uche doesn't see Eze's reality, but Eze has a gun. So when Uche wins, he takes a gun, Eze's gun. But for Uche to win one game, he has to play 2 games. He has to take a 1. He has to take a gun, one gun of Eze. So when it's basically swappable. So for example, if Eze literally just has to cross, wins a 3 in this kind of diagonal system, Eze takes 1 wine, and Eze can use that wine as a life of him. But this is 1 equivalent. So 1 wine to 1 poison crop, 1 poisoner, 1 poison to 1 gun. Because I'll give you for the children. So this is how it works. So Uche starts. Uche picks what? Cross. Okay, Uche picks poison. So you put like P for poison. Like Nicholas skull. Skull here. Skull. This is Uche fucking skull. You put fucking skull here. Then what will Eze put? Eze put so you get a win 3 in a row. It says let me use a gun. So you can get 3 in a row, but some just put. It says really small, because it's a game of wit. So I think it says easy win. So each puts here. So it's like a and it says no, you're not gonna win. Let me just put here. So basically, you see here. You can see here. This is the game works in dimension says. So you all see this. So you see like there's 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 two skulls, and that's poison. So it's like a poison critical. But that poison is one because I think it's supposed to go on. So first of the first row, the first right row, the first row on the far left is skull, and then that's like let me just like a row 0, row 1, row 0 0, row 0 0.1, the 0 0, and then half of 0, half of row 0 0, and row 0, row 0, keep quiet, and the half of row 0 on the far left, and then half or minus a half, or like and then that's basically where Ucho puts the skull. And this is like half the dimension. So it just says I'm gonna put it a bit further, but it just keeps the row 1, row 0 1, and then goes to the row 1, and row 1 to row 1.5 is half of row 1 on the right. This way it puts the gun. Honestly, this is like a great. I think it's very important to down because it's quantum tunnel. It's like same process there. So you have some kind of subdimension. You can compute, based on a problem, and you can keep dividing until you have the full dimension information you are measuring. And it's basically the same as a quantum tunnel, but it's because it's isotropic and it's an event sourcing process. And basically, the more information you have, the more easy for system to decay. So we get a quantum tunnel, we get quantum lagging, and that's the problem. The quantum tunnel equals quantum lag. The lag is if you're measuring something, of one dimension, and that anything that goes out of the dimension has to go to a different dimension. And the dimension is being noisy, so we go to that dimension. Because if you understand what's going, if you're zooming in to an image of a tennis ball, a tennis ball is the smoothest thing you can see, but it's so smooth, it's rigid. If you split it in, it's so rigid. But that smoothness, if you keep zooming in, at one point you can measure what. So if you have a tennis ball and vice versa, if you have a snooker ball, you're gonna want to get all the properties of a tennis ball, because tennis balls is smooth and very because they are because some. So basically, how you observe it, we keep observing the dimensions by zooming in a tennis ball. You have all the properties, all the sets, but you have them. You can observe the measurement, so you can have some smooth properties. That essentially you have some kind of a mountain peak, but those mountain peaks are like literally the snooker ball. Being at the worst day, the best you should be using it or not. It's just get keep smooth. It's zooming into something that's really smooth, but you feel it's smooth on the outside world, your dimension, but someone else feels it's so rough, because you have to go through up down, so much corners to turn, and it's called an X and Y axis, which you are zooming in, and when you're observing a square thing, they start to break down because the quantum tunnel is not stable. You're measuring dimensions. Of dimension properties of dimension. You're measuring how smooth the tennis ball is. Or if you're tennis ball, you're playing. You have to hold the tennis ball. You try to play the tennis game, and you hold the tennis ball. You're like you hold the tennis ball. And the tennis ball, it's like you're holding the tennis ball. It's rough. It's very rough. It's not rough. It's like a smooth, but it's smooth and it's like it's furry. But you're chucking it and you can hit it. But you can do the same thing with a pool ball. You can chuck it in, but you don't use a different. You use a different method. So you can do with a pool if it's like a. If that's how in your frame of reference, based on Planck's constant, it's you observe that system dimension. So basically, I try to get my Feynman books from my Plan 886 email. Fucking hell. So basically, this is so let's continue here. Yeah. So I want to example. Oh, so you don't have to play. So it says Eze, don't mind me. I think Ez is gonna win. So Ez puts here. See? So basically, see this kind of place. So it's like I'm playing this is what cause a solitaire game. But this solitaire game is because I can play myself because I'm in another dimension of 3D. I can play all of this myself. I can act on other dimensions myself because I'm in 3D being. I am not on this here people. It doesn't affect me because of a 3D, but it affects me and my temporal lobe, my processing, and my real-time action of the system. process and do stuff in real. It affects me because I am gonna use this kind of information later if I don't log out. So this kind of secret tracker, Ezra says, okay, I'm gonna do this. So where do I put? So if Ezra loses, if it says, oh, that's see this gap. I see the gap. So Ezra says, I'm gonna put here, this call. And this says, so now it's so now I have a triangle. So Ezra says, I'm not done yet. See, it's not hard yet. And he says, yeah, I see what you're doing. So you got so you got a gun, and a skull going or diagonal up, and get that blocked by a skull and a gun. So you go from a patch of 3. This two is 1. This 2 covers 1 dimension. But this is an X, it doesn't cover like the whole 3. This is being blocked by here. So it just says, okay, I know where this is going. Let me just like put it. Let me just start a different place. So it says, you're really annoying me. So because basically it works. It's perfectly fine. So I'm normally thinking about this, guys. I'm normally thinking. This is true. I know I'm thinking about, but I'm thinking about this. It's like this because called annoying me. Like literally. So this color says so. It says So it says this is a mistake. Why do you put that? You're gonna put someone else and you're gonna put someone smart as me. Because you can be smart and strong, but estimate the mistake. I'm gonna put it here. I want to estimate the mistake. I know it's going to change. I want to issue because it can win with and it says yeah, let me now put it here. Because you I'm just blocking you. So you see, so this gun here is now here at the center. But because it's a center, it's like a less information. Basically, you get this one here, this gun here, and this doesn't cross out. And then now we just have to find a way to get a gun. But you have to cross because it doesn't matter how much you make, how much weight you define, how much measurement of the tool you measure, how much planes you grade you can find, can discover, or lattice you can have in a tomographic pi framework dimension. You have each of the iPod, or if you measure them, if you have something you're seeing, you have to have the dimension you can observe at a time for your next action. For your next 2 actions. If you have half a dimension, you can act on a quarter of the systems. You get a quarter. Because you can observe dimension in half, you can't act in dimension. So if you're part of a pi over 2, you are a quarter of the dimension you can act in it. That means you can do next to nothing. You can just observe everything happening in the dimension. Well, of space time. So this is like the tic-tac-toe version, but it's sparse. So I can keep dividing these grids per game, or mapping out a basically it preserves the state. Because I can take this paper of the grid and add it to next grid and next grid because it's there. It keeps adding to itself. So basically, that's what it says. So basically, this relay system is like for the car. So this is the car. So I'm taking this RC cell as a policy to be hacked, by radio waves. But I'm trying to jam the car, to like jam the car. If I can jam a radio wave of a signal of this car would actually open the car up. That means all my radiographic competence work as intended. And that's why I'm so glad I got this car. It's kind of out of the blue because I needed it, and that's why I don't like the things I don't like. So basically, like a softball. That's what the quantum tunneling is. What it's like you measure dimension and you measure the sub-dimension of a dimension, but this dimension is 2 realities. So one dimension is like a tennis game, and a tennis game can be a tennis game and a pool game. Snooker game. A snooker game has a table, and they have a field of it. But they share one dimension, but they have different rules. Because they share one dimension, but they have different rules they operate on. Tomographically, isomorphic dimensions, but tomographical configuration they don't share. District. So if you want to use a property for one dimension of space in a space-time framework, you have to make sure that you have enough. You get given. You don't get measured. You get the system given to you without any more additional effort, any energy, or some kind of external boundary. So external influence, because energy is sacred. Something wants to give energy, but doesn't want to give it. Fucking RC car. So this is RC controller. Let's just turn it on. Ta-da! Open. So this is open. I love this guys. This is 2.4 gigahertz. Frequency. So if I want to hack it, I have to have the frequency of my to get per head. I don't even know how to measure. I think that's 10 to the minus 8. That's with the light wave of frequency. Yeah, basically the 10 to the negative 8 nanometers of wavelength, which is 2.48 gigahertz. Because 10 to the power of negative 8 as well. 0.000. Every 8 it goes up in the nanometers of 8 wavelengths. Basically that's where the frequency of the radio will start oscillating. So you can get meaning from radio signals. But you know, if you move this far enough, you can't control it too. So you don't get a signal. Oh, so just like a valve, left and right, but you know, open, close, but it's already on. Let me just turn this off, close. This is my radio controller. I didn't know why. Let me see what this. See, I'm learning open mode again. So this is like a me moving. So if I push it, see, this is upside down. This is what I love radio. See, if it's upside down. Upside down. Oh. So if I push it, going back, going back. And this is how I learned to drive cars. Now, this is how I learned. Because you know, if I'm in the car and it's pushing forward, then I'm pushing back, I'm throttling. So it's like, you know, here basically I hear the sound before I activate. So I hear this and I throttle. So I don't know, I just put it up and down like everybody else. If I push up on the RC card, I push it up and go up to the throttle. If I push it back and go back to the throttle. So let's see how, so let's see if I put it on the ground, you know, let's see what happens. Okay. So this is what open metal. So basically, you see this car? So if I go like this, see, you can just radio waves. It's like a licensing diode. Literally just so I'm learning to let me close my eyes. So you see, I have a 3. I'm using 3. So I'm putting the back, and I'm pushing it forward. So I'm pushing it back. You see, I'm pushing like a gun. From that, it's going forward. You know, it's going forward. I don't really know why it's going forward. You know, but it's going forward. Because, you know, I'm just driving so I know I'm starting the car, I'm using sound. See, this is open mode on matters. Because it's like let's go to work. So this is what I'm doing, I know this is wrong. So see my car stopping. So this one, it's like I'm learning by my sense, my trigger. But I know this is not feelable. I can't feel the car, can't feel it. So which is driving this car, because I'm not in the car, I'm actually having steering to pull. Because you know, if I was in the car, there's people moving the wheels forward. Moving the wheels forward. But you know, the wheels forward are moving backwards, so moving backwards, literally. This move forward is like a really there. And it's like a car, it's like a friend's car, but it's like I'm doing it. So I don't know what this is. This is the antenna. This is radio antenna, but you know, you don't tell you that. So what is this? Oh, we got this. What is this? So basically, this is the kind of thing saying, oh! So this is my car. Oh. Okay, so you see I'm telling you, it's like a right. Oh. Let's see if we come back. So if I push it right, left, I'm pushing it left. If I push it right, so I'm going to reverse now, so I have to go forward. I push back. But you know, I'm trying to do two things at once because oh no! What was it? Oh my days! I was just going to the bin. Oh my days! So it's like I'm trying to navigate a maze, and if I don't agree with the maze, basically I'm developing my muscle memory, basically. But I'm developing my inverse muscle memory, basically. I'm looking for, I don't even know what I call it right now. Oh, there he comes! A pop! I done it! But this time, let's do this 3 times. Okay. So this come out once. You know, I've done it once. So it's not actually. But I can try to. Listen, right now, this car is having a lot of noise. It's sending a lot of radio signals to the car, but it's going wirelessly. So I can literally just either get the car in a physical sense, get the modules and get the instructions on the car, you know, that's been run recently.
but this only works temporarily. So I can take the same thing wirelessly. So I can store this as a wireless signal, but we'll build some kind of bytes or some kind of assembly that gives construction. Okay, whatever the language is. If you think about, it's just waves, radio waves. So you also got instructions. You can map out the tomography just by watching the spaces operating on. And this is radio. This is why radiography matters. So I can go forward in the radio waves. I can go backwards. So I'm going backwards again. So I don't say, oh, I didn't crash this time. So now I turn, this is like a left. So I turn left. So it's there. I can't focus. I have to take a breath. So I'm trying to come back. So this is like a right. I turn right and I move forward. Oh, you see that? That's so beautiful, guys. Why? Come back. Seriously? It's like there. Seriously? So I've done it. I parked the car. And I'm happy with the kind of park. So it's like it's sparked. See, it's sparked. So I've done it 3 times. So I don't know I can do it. So this means backwards. This means forward. This means left. Turn left. Go forward. Turn left. See, like turn right. But this is just how many configurations? You only have 4 configurations. So like this one means left, turn left. Oh, turn left, turn right. But you go up, back forward. I'm saying this is a back forward, but they allow you to go any dimension you want to go in the flow, and that's what I'm saying. Some graphics they allow you to go, it doesn't matter whether it's polar or no. You can go any dimensions. This is not an analog system. This is a digital system. So you don't even have an analog. You have the dimension inputs that radio is. So, because you can control the car without knowing you control the car, because you don't know you have the controller, but you don't know you have the controller. And that's the problem with the radiographic. So, I'm trying to hack this car, because my friend gave me to hack this car, but I'm trying to get the signal, I'm trying to mix up most of the signal, move up, down, but the computer will start picking up information in reference function, but it's a remote control hack. So I can write a program that only works on radio waves, but takes radiographic information and gives it to some kind of a file, and that file will keep give it basically I'm trying to hijack the system, hijack the system, so I can just hijack this car while it's being driven. Okay, that's good. So thank you for watching this video. I love you guys, and as always, like, share, and subscribe if you really get interested in this. It's for me to keep logging. When you care, I'm going to something. So this is why the tomographic state matters. It matters because this RC car is literally not destroying from the radio waves. It can be, this is paying into noise at some point, but if you can capture this if you have something that's watching this kind of dimension of the floor, where the car has been. Basically, if you can map the dimension on the floor, the radio wave, like a single of heat wave. So if you can map, if you can create this floor, this will be where the car has been, and this wave will be can be configured as I can hijack, and this will be useless. This kind of control will be useless because it's useful because it works on radios. I can just remove, I can switch it to my remote or to my laptop. So I'm trying to get a radio wave, a microwave, and an infrared. I'm trying to use radio waves, which this would be, and get a visual infrared heat map to graphically create a structure that I can check out yourself. That it's like a measurable by sound, by some kind of relay. So relay is some kind of a relay attack to hijack the car and drive the car off, on the floor, or take or this is the transmitter, this kind of remote control. This kind of RC car is the controller, but the controller is the transmitter and a receiver at the same time. So it's a transmitter. It's not transmitter only because I can hijack it. If it's a transmitter only, it will only be sending signals, and those signals can be ignored. But I can hijack the system. So I can either start this car. So this one, my computers have two on buttons as a policy. It doesn't matter. But I can hijack this remote controller car, this RC controller, but just by literally knowing where this goes, where it's been on a heat map driving. This heat map will give me, basically I observe the radio waves that's really static and distill them into color quantities, and give me a heat map of the floor, and that heat map will be the radio wave heat map, but it's a radio wave infrared heat map that can be visible light if I have 2 dimensions of what I see, like this video. So I can literally just have a dimension that I don't observe, but I can fully act on. Because I don't need to see it. I actually need to know how to control it. Because I need to know how to hop. So I think microwave, high microwave, but everything because it's going through. This is the digital wave. Basically, you try to implement a Fourier series. A Fourier series is like using the Brachistone problem of the rise of a round. So the weighted average of a line, the weighted average of a dimension is for control for the control for the dimension you have the weighted average. The weighted average is like the point between A and B, which is like 1 minus t times c. C is the chemical projection point where you can see the thing moving. So you try to draw 1 minus t times c times t times p. T is the time and p is the projection, and this is why the parabola, the time capsule matters. The time capsule is like x plus x squared plus y squared equals r squared. But r squared is some kind of radius you're observing at a local minimum. So this would be local minimum of this dimension would be where the rate of waves moves, what determines an action to move. So it's kind of like trying to determine what you don't determine what kind of platform you work on. You determine what kind of signal, what means what. What means what is giving us the most information, and what should we not be looking at in some kind of a graph or tomographic graph to determine what is an input out, guys. If I don't build this, guys, if I don't succeed with this project, guys, literally, guys, can someone like an Igbo man from Biafra take this project on, because I want to see what I can really take a really RC car, because I'm gonna do it myself, but I'm not gonna do it really. But if anything happens to me, someone has to take this project on. It's apply for Quatum construction working on my construction framework, because RC system, whether they're aeroplane or because they meant to be there, RC plane. Guys, really. Okay, have a lovely day, guys. I'm gonna just turn off close. This is a valve. See, this valve it closes it. But I don't know what this closing means. I don't know what this closing means. So I can learn this term. This is an on and off. Oh, it goes off. Sorry, the valve goes off. Don't mean that. This is on. Oh, so it's for the battery. So this is battery, guys. So I'm saying. So 2.5, 1,000 to the negative 8 nanometers. It's like the opposite of the light waves. It's like light takes 8 minutes to arrive at spring in more time. But that'll be the nanometers of it's 10,000. Basically, can take a mu1 and measure the 10% of the 2 millimeters. You use a measurement measure. You take if you measure 100% of everything and nothing as an eigenvalue, the mu1, the 2r represents 100 of it, the full dimension. But you have to be in the mu1 state. Mu1 state tomographically, observe this way for Wimium, and the 2 is 100 of the information, and that's tool is 10% of the information you can process based in actions. So you can hijack it while it's on, while I'm driving the car. If you get information, if you know how the signal operates in digital form as a Fourier series, you have to go up and down. So if a Fourier series again is a digital waveform. And it's an analog waveform, but it's basically a digital waveform in an analog system. It's like it's an analog system, analog signal, but it's digital. It's digital. It's like it goes up in steps. It goes like you work in steps. Basically, it doesn't matter. You can determine the curve in steps. I'm thinking of half step. Everything's in quarter steps. But if it's observer, it's like a quarter, half step. It's like a half, not even like a step, which is not there. It's everywhere, not them, because information is not being observed. So you go half a step, you're going half a step. So you're having like a signal programmed to be a wave, be an analog wave, but that works as a digital signal. So it becomes an analog wave when it acquires all the analog properties. For that objective, for that use. What is digital now? Because it's an algorithm, some doubt for a series of matter, tomographically, based on the dimension